Hello, I'd just like to remind you to subscribe if you haven't already, and join the guild if you haven't already. Back to the video. Hello people, and welcome back to late review. I'm late on this, apologies, but let's get right into it. So the main point for this time is that the Norns has the VR as voted on, a little while ago by people. So there aren't there are major alterations to all their skills, but the relevant ones are this team skill right here and their actives. For the team skill, basically the Norns in either their base form or their alternate form will get HP and recovery times 1.5 when they're in a team of their own attribute and gods, basically. So they can be used as an HP booster. That's pretty good. For the leader skill, there's not much to be said. Nobody's going to be using them as a leader. For the active skill, they actually got buffed, but there are no English patch notes as usual, so I'm going to be going off, switching between those two. So for Erd's active skill, before I say anything, for the amelioration, they've actually gotten that as well, and then for amelioration 4, I believe they got CD -4 when entering a stage, which means that some of these longer CDs won't be as much of a pain to deal with. So this is CD 10 when you go in. If you have all amelioration, this will actually be CD 6, which is quite nice. So her active is freeze the enemy, and then when you're freezing the enemy can't attack you, and then they change it to water. So the buff they did now is that they decoupled the other effects from the freezing, which means that if the enemy if the enemy can ignore controlling skills, you'll still get these other effects, whereas before, because they were coupled together, the additional skills would not trigger if the enemy could not be controlled. So now for 3 rounds as well, you get the enemy's defense becomes 0. You get 5 extra seconds of movement time regardlessly, and then you get Enchanted God Trail. Previously, these 3 effects were tied to the actual freezing effect, as you can see here. So this change is a pretty good one. Erd is one of the 2 Water God cards that can actually freeze, so this is a pretty good card. All these cards you can farm in the LR Pass, by the way. I will probably make an LR Pass ranking video in the future. I was actually just waiting for these to get buffed so I could do that. Moving on is Skuld, the Fire God. CD 6, she has a time tunnel effect, and then fire members and gods attack times 2.2, and then it got buffed from 8 EX combos to 8 actual combos if your team only has god members. So as for fire god cards that add combos, and I guess fire gods that have time tunnel, Skuld is pretty good, because the only other fire god cards that has the same 12-second time tunnel effect is SR Ninurta, and this is a free card, and it also got the 8 combos along with it. For fire god cards that add combos, this card doesn't count. There's Filra and Brahma, which both add 6, and this Egyptian god support card that can add 8, but you need to stack them up first, and he's also a converter. So I think a card that has both these effects is pretty good. Put in farm with stamina cans. All the Norns are actually okay, considering they're free. Earth God, Verthandi. This card is pretty bad because of just how the game has changed since this card's conception. So she parasitizes the enemy. Basically, you deal a certain damage to them per round and then convert that into your own recovery. And then the buff is that when you apply, there are 2 buffs. One is that she gets a black and white recovery effect now, and then when you successfully recover that, you get -4 on your own CD, which I guess will help her apply this faster, because when you apply 2 or more times, then you get a global equal combo shield ignoring effects. Yeah, equal combo shield once again is not fixed combo shield. Equal combo shield is a thing that Gintoki and Lilith can ignore. This is actually, you know, if the enemy is not going to always have this black and white effect, right? So it's kind of bad because you need to wait, like, how long is it? CD5, you need to wait like 10 rounds to get the ignoring effect, or you need to wait an extra 5 rounds anyway. If you like saved up your active skill, then you would need to wait an extra 5 rounds for this to, you know, be active again. You apply it again, and then actually, yeah, you just wait 5 extra rounds to get the ignoring effect, which isn't very good in my opinion. Next up is Iden, the light god. Restore the cracked positions in the columns below gods. It got buffed to become restore the cracked positions below light members and god members. Also restore petrified, and then you get, you know, a fixed amount of recovery per turn. This is an excellent card because of well, 2 reasons. One is that there are relatively few light cards that restore petrified. You know, you'll have like 4 basically. One is a black card, Tangsanjang. One is a collab card, one is an arena card that just isn't very good anyway, and one is an ultimate card that is okay. But the more important thing is cracked position restoring. So there seem to be a lot of cards that can ignore cracked positions, but as I've crossed them out, you'll realize that a lot of them actually have like conditions such as leader has to be so and so. And then you end up with like maybe a handful of cards, right? You end up with the water and fire combination, whatever the hell these are called, and also Lu Bu, and then Shio, and then Mega Man, and then Shiryu, and then Lilith. So out of these, Shio is a black card, Mega Man is a collab card, Shiryu is a collab card, and there actually isn't a light card that can restore cracked positions before this. You know, not counting Fei, who can, you know, do that, but only in Dragon and Beast teams. So that is that. So that's why Iden is a really good card. Moving on to the last of the Norns, Brynhilder, Dark God. Unlock your lock skills, clear all controlling skills of enemies, and then for 1 round, fix your combos to be 13. And then if you kill the enemy on the round, you activate the skill. Next round, you get a 2.5 times attack boost. So this got buffed from 10 to 13, which is, you know, really nice because 13, I guess, is the bare minimum. It was like the number that, you know, the Ava collab went with when they designed the dark Shinji and whatever, you know. So this is pretty good. I think, like, you know, unfortunately, what may happen if you want to have like a really complete, like, you know, sort of skill solving members, is that you might want to have like one VR version of Brynhilder and one pre-VR, because sometimes 13 combos just isn't enough. And then if you have the locking skill coupled with the you know, combo fixing skill, then, you know, if you only need unlocking, then and you don't actually want the, you know, combos to be fixed at 13, you want it to be higher, then that'll be, you know, a bit of a problem. Moving on to their other alternate forms, their leader skill can be ignored. All their active skills are the same. It got buffed to become explode the board and then drop their own respective attribute and heart, each of them 15. And then for 1 round, the sky drop will be whatever their attribute is in heart of the first 30 runestones. So that's okay, you know, nothing special. I think the base forms are still, you know, going to be used more. There's going to be a challenge stage, or rather 5 floors in the challenge stage, which will once again demand you to have mono attribute teams. So that's a thing. I might make videos on this, might not, depending on how hard or easy or lazy I am. Next up is a horror stage card, K, Earth Machina, CD5, clear the hypnotized state of the character, explode weather, electrified and frozen. Upon explosion, skill CD -4, so you can do this every round if you have consecutive weathered, electrified, or frozen runestones. And then for 2 rounds, the character and neighboring Earth members or Machinas each launches 2 extra attacks, 1 each of light and dark. This is pretty good because basically the fact that you can consecutively solve like weather, electrified, and frozen is quite good. Machinas currently I don't think have this kind of functionality. He also comes with his exclusive Dragonware Earth Machina only. The Dragonware skill is okay, I guess. 1.5 on the activations, not bad. And the bot is only 25 or more, attack times 1.2, that's also not that bad. Lastly, there's comeback summoner mission rewards, so if you haven't played the game in a while, you get a chance to have some diamonds. I don't know how many diamonds because they haven't actually said it. I don't know what this is. This is just like they just announced this and then like refused to elaborate and left. That's not a very Giga Chat move. Okay, moving on to the celebration events. A couple of ultimate stages will be returning. First is Madame Heidi. I should be showing that on screen right now. A good Earth Human card. And then Minerva, an excellent Water Human card because she can ignore burning. I should also be showing that on screen right now. Apart from that, there's the challenge mission, as I said before. The new horror stage for Kate, of course. And then just the usual, stuff. That's it for this week's news review. I might be gone for a couple weeks because of life stuff, but I'll be back in the future. If you don't see an upload or a regular upload in the next week or even the week after that, I'm not dead. I'll come back, promise. If you like this, please leave a like. If you have any questions, leave down in the comments down below. And if you like this in general, please subscribe. Recently hit 150 subscribers. Thank you so much. The next goal is 200, and I'll need you guys' help to get there. See ya!